What's good, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I was gonna film this video outside, like out skating, like how I normally do like board review videos, but it's not that the weather's bad. It's like not too hot, not too cold, like the weather's good. It's just super cloudy and it makes like the footage look all sad, and I don't really like filming outside when it's like that. So I'm gonna just film this in my room. I know you guys want the videos to start in the car. I'm sorry. I should have just filmed the intro in the car, but bear with me, I'm sorry. But anyway, as you guys know, or if you guys don't know, if you guys are new to the channel, I always do board setup videos. You guys love those. Like they always do really well on my channel. So literally every time I get a new board, I do a board setup. And then after that, after I skate the board for like a month, I make a review on it if I've never skated the board before. Same thing with like my shoe reviews. I'll do a shoe review as soon as I get the shoes, and then I'll make a review like a month later, and then like a final one 3 months later. Kind of the same thing with the board setups, or just the board videos. But anyway, as you guys know, a little over a month ago, I got a zero board, and in that video, I said I've never had a zero board before. So this right here has been my first ever zero board. And as soon as I put this thing together, is that even a good angle? Hold up. As soon as I put this together and like I stood on it, I knew I was gonna like it like from the very beginning. Like the shape was good, concave was good, everything about it like felt really good and comfortable. And I just knew instantly that I was gonna like it. And as you guys know, I've put this thing through a lot. As you can see, it's been pretty well skated in the past month that I've had it. The only thing, I don't think I've really skated like any stairs or drops with this, unless it was like small stuff. And I remember in one of my board reviews, someone was like, you don't even skate your boards a lot. But if you guys don't know, I skate off camera. All my skating isn't what's in the videos. And I've skated this a lot, on and off camera. And I just wanna, talk about how it's held up. Like I said, this is my first zero board. Didn't really know what to expect, even though like, as soon as I set it up and I stood on my board and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be like a good board. You still never know, The main thing with me and new boards is if the pop lasts, a pretty good amount of time, I'm happy. And if the board just feels solid, like if it doesn't feel like it's gonna snap every time I land on it, I'm good. Those are like the main two things that I look for personally. And I always say this too, like the shape and the concave and everything, I get used to that like super fast. So like if a board is a different shape than the last board I had, it doesn't really matter, at least to me, because like I get used to shapes really quickly and concave. Like if a board has like super like steep concave, it flattens out over time, so it doesn't really bother me that much. But like I said, the shape and the concave and everything on this one, I've loved it so far. Like I said, the pop lasting is a big thing for me, and the pop on this is literally still so good. Like let me try and get it to focus. Okay, are you not gonna focus for me? Okay, look at that. The pop on this is still so good after a whole month of skating, and I've skated this thing a lot. You guys know I be doing tray flips and all types of stuff, and the tail still like, this is kind of crazy actually. This is holding up just as well as the Baker board. You guys know the Baker boards have been my favorite boards. They're amazing boards. If you guys haven't seen those videos, go watch them. But the pop on those lasted me so long, and this one's lasting just as long, if not even better. But like I've been skating this quite a bit. Like I've been doing a lot of skating with this, so the fact that the tail, or like the pop more specifically, still looks really, look at that. It looks like it's barely worn down at all. Like when you look at it from this angle, when you look at it like this, obviously you're gonna see like, a little bit of wear, but like from the side right here, it's nowhere near razor tailing. And I say this, like people are always like, Ashton, how do you never get razor tail? Honestly, I think it's just like the way that I skate. It could be just like the board's just really good too, but the way I skate, like when I do tray flips, I don't really scoop my tray flips a bunch. I just pop them more than scoop them. Usually tricks that you have to scoop, I try not to scoop them a lot. I just pop them. It's just more comfortable to do them like that. So I think that's a big reason why I never really get razor tail. Like I think it's just the way I skate. But the board still feels like really solid. So I'm pretty sure like the board just being a good board is also why. And after I made the setup video for this board, you guys have been sending me pictures like on Instagram, on Snapchat, of you guys getting the same board. So let me know in the comments if you have this board and if it's lasting you as good as it's lasting me. Like let me know how your pop is and everything, and just let me know if it feels solid, because this has been one of my favorite boards. Like honestly, right now it's probably like Baker and Zero. The Death Wish board that I had was really good too, but I kind of feel like this one's holding up a little bit better. Let me look at the nose actually, because if the tail is barely worn down, the nose should be even better, which it is. Like the nose barely worn down at all. I do quite a bit of switch too, so even like the edges are still kind of glossy. Like when you take it out of the plastic, look at that. Obviously it's a little beat up, but like you can still like see the glossiness of the board. Even with the graphic, you can still like see how glossy it is. Around the scratches, it's still like super glossy. I've heard this somewhere, I don't know if it's true, but like, you know how like when you get a new board and like the graphic is like really glossy? They said that's a good thing because it like helps you slide, like board slides and tail slides and stuff. Like it helps you slide, which I think is true. There's been some times where I got a board and the board, like the graphic wasn't as like glossy and like as pretty. I don't know how you want to describe it. And like it sucked for like doing slides. So that might be true. And this one, it just looks still like really glossy, like new, but old at the same time. And speaking of the graphic is literally one of the reasons why I even got this board. I just looked at it and I was like, this is so sick. I mean, you can't even really see it anymore, but like the graphic is literally the reason I got this board. When I bought it, I didn't even look at the shape or anything. I was just like, that board's sick. What is that? A zero board? I want that. And honestly, I couldn't be happier with this board. Like, it's been holding up so well. Pop's lasting. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break anytime soon. There's no pressure cracks. That was another thing. I know I keep mentioning the Baker board and this is a zero board review, but like in the Baker review, there was no pressure cracks on that board. I don't know how I didn't get pressure cracks on that board. Every board I've ever had always had pressure cracks. Like, that's just a part of the wear of a board, and the Baker board never got pressure cracks. The Death Wish did get pressure cracks. This one, there's no pressure cracks at all that I can see. Like I said, I haven't been skating like anything big, like any drops, but I have skated like some stuff. So the fact that there is no pressure cracks on this is crazy. I even land my tricks kind of hard, so like, hopefully you guys can like see, but there's no pressure cracks on the nose side of the board or on the tail side. I mean, there's a sticker covering where this pressure crack would be, but I don't think there's a pressure crack under there. There's not one there. There's not any over here. And that's another big thing for me, like with boards. Like, if the board pressure cracks like right away and super fast, I just feel like it's gonna snap easier because it's like now there's weak spots on the board, you know? So if a board doesn't get pressure cracks, I feel like it's even more sturdy. I don't even know if that's true. That's just like what I think, and it makes sense. Pressure cracks on a board are like weak spots, right? So far in a month, there's no weak spots. Pop is still there. It's still in like really good condition. And and another thing, there's no chips on this board. I've put this thing like through a lot. This board has hit curbs, walls, rails, like all on the nose and on the tail. And it's nowhere close to even chipping a little bit. I haven't even like looked at this stuff before I started making this video. But like I said, this thing should have like some chips in it because I've just like landed, shot out, and my boards just went flying and like hit walls and stuff. And this is the nose right here. And there's no chipping like at all. Let me look at the tail. I should really examine these boards before I make these videos. Not even on the tail either. That's crazy. I don't know. This board's just holding up like really well. You guys are literally always asking me like what board you guys should get next, what should be your first board. If you're looking for a very first board, honestly, any board is gonna like be good for you because you're not gonna be like doing anything too crazy, you know? So the board's just gonna last you long no matter what you get. But like, if you guys have been skating for a while and you guys are like thinking about what your next board should be, Baker, Death Wish, Zero so far are like my top three. Those three boards have been like the longest lasting for sure that I've had like ever. I've kept boards for like a really long time, but they were just like in the shittiest conditions. But these ones last so long while still looking good. Like, there's no chips. Well, I just showed you guys everything. Like, it still looks really good other than, you know, all the board slide marks and stuff. So if any of you guys were thinking about getting a zero board after you guys saw my setup video on it, dude, go get one, or at least get one of these models because these ones are so good and the graphics are super sick. I'm literally like trying to think of something that I don't like about the board, and there's honestly nothing I don't like about it. I guess if I had to choose one thing to be like picky about, it would be the green ply in the middle. I just don't really like the color green, but that's honestly that's it. Everything else has been like perfect. Let me look at the shape a little bit. Like I said, I get used to shapes and everything like really fast, but you guys might not. The nose is a little big, like it's bigger than like the Baker and the Death Wish, I think, but it still feels really good. Like, it doesn't feel too big. It's big, but it doesn't feel too big. The tail I feel like is a normal tail, and it's not pointy either. I prefer if a board is like less pointy on the nose and the tail and more like, you know, rounded. And this one is exactly like that. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell through the camera, but it's more rounded instead of pointy. The one thing that I might do is I might change my board size. I skate at 8.25 right now, and I might step it up just a little bit because I don't know. I met one of you guys at the skate park and you guys had like an 8.5, I think, and I stood on it and it felt really good. So I might move up to an 8.5, but other than that, like literally a perfect board. I do want to go skate some big stuff with this though, like anything above a 5-stair, like anything above like a 5-stair drop, and like actually try to put some pressure cracks on this. When a board doesn't pressure crack, I feel like weird about it. Like, I feel like it should have pressure cracks. Like, that's just like a normal thing and it just doesn't have it. I should start like grading these boards. Baker, Death Wish, and Zero all get an A from me. I don't want to say anything yet. I want to finish skating this board, like put it through everything. Like, I've skated ledges, rails, some stairs, some little drops. I've skated pretty much everything there is to skate with this board. And I also did the same thing with the Baker. Like, you guys know the Baker has been like my #1 since I've had that board. I don't want to say this one's better just yet. Like I said, I want to skate every single thing and like finish skating this board before I make any decisions like that. But like, the Baker board and this board are like very close. Like, I didn't think I was gonna like the Zero board this much, but I like it a lot. Baker, you might You got some competition right here. Honestly, if it was up to me, I would just like buy Baker boards and Zero boards all the time, and Death Wish probably. But like I said, the board setup videos on my, that's just a thing on my channel now. Like I can't get a board without making a setup video now. So I feel like I always have to get like a new board. And I'm always asking you guys what boards I should get next, like what videos you guys want to see a board on, or a board setup video on. So I'm always getting like new boards, but like if it was up to me, Baker and Zero are the only two that I would get. And Creature, you guys know I like Creature. Anyway though, the board gets an A from me. Like everything about it is perfect in my opinion. Some of you guys might hate Zero boards. Honestly, I think that's everything. I talked about the shape, the pop, the durability. The concave is very similar to the Baker 2, which is like mellow. I think on the Baker, they literally say mellow concave. This one feels just like that. I don't know if it's the same or not, but it feels exactly the same. But yeah, I think that's everything about the board. Honestly, I love it. 100% would recommend. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Let's get to 100K this year. Go get yourself a Zero board, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.